on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of CryptoZombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having an awesome day today. Bitcoin having a crazy 24 hours. You can see actually we got all the way up to almost $12,200. Massive flash crash all the way down to $10,500. We did have a bit of a bounce back, and now Bitcoin kind of hanging around in that $11,000 region. Now, we did have some of the altcoins actually not really being affected by this. You can see Ethereum is still up today, XRP, Chainlink. In fact, if we do switch this over to the Bitcoin comparative, you will notice that there's actually a decent amount of the altcoins that we're actually able to sort of hedge against it as well. As you can see right here, lots of green behind my head. So what does this dump mean? What's going on? Was that the top for Bitcoin? Should we be worried? Interestingly enough, it comes literally one day after we have the bullish monthly close. So in this video, I want to discuss super quick whether or not we should be worried. Was that the top? Are we going a lot lower now? Was that just another lower high in a series of just a descending trend? Well, I want to show you one instance that looks very, very similar to what we had just now, way back in May of 2019, where Bitcoin had a massive flash crash only to recover 125% from that level. And if Bitcoin was to mimic that today, you'd be looking at a price target of about $23,000. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Super quick video. In fact, guys, today I wasn't even going to make a video. I actually planned on getting some other things done. Then this madness happened. So super quick update. Stick around to the end. It's going to be jam-packed with good information. Thanks again, guys. Also, today is the last day for the Ledger Nano S. I don't have my Ledger here on the table with me, but if you're interested in winning a Ledger, here we go, right here. Drop a comment below and you are eligible. We'll pick a winner tomorrow. So super quick, hopping into the charts. Let's have a look. We did in fact have our bullish monthly close. Despite what happens, we could actually end this month out of August potentially in a red candle, and I would still be bullish. And I know what you're saying, but in yesterday's video, didn't you say we could hit an all-time high this month? Yes, we could hit an all-time high this month. That is still possible despite the recent pullback, and I'll get into that as well. But having a look over here, let's actually look at the daily chart. So you do notice that Bitcoin did previously have a lot of resistance right here, sort of between the $10,300 and $10,500 level. I've pointed this out multiple times, but you can see right here, and right here, we had multiple levels of resistance, right? Now, if we come over here and have a look at where Bitcoin actually fell, you'll notice that technically we didn't fall to those levels. Now, I believe this is because savvy traders were putting in lots of buy orders before that level because they were anticipating that level of support. So people that actually put their buy orders down in here, they never got filled because the whales are actually putting the orders in, kind of like front running the guys, right? So you can see right here, I do consider this to be a retest of that zone. We had 2 wicks down to that level. Now, could we potentially get another fake out and go lower? Yeah, of course. We could always come down potentially, to this purple trend down here, and we would still be trending upwards. I mean, that's still putting in a higher low, right? We had right here one higher low, and that would represent another higher low. So that is still a trend going to the upside. But let me show you something that Bitcoin did back in May of 2019 that was very similar to this. In fact, it was a little bit even more extreme than what we saw last night. So if we actually go back here to May in 2019, you'll actually notice that Bitcoin was having a massive run. You can see we had some consolidation right here, crazy breakout performance right here. And if we go from bottom to the top, we had Bitcoin pump 48% in about 8 days. So in a week, we had basically Bitcoin 50% almost, right? And then we had this crazy wick right here where Bitcoin went from about $7,882. We dropped 21% down to $6,164. Now, everyone was freaking out. They thought that was it. That was the top. We were done. And then literally the next day, Bitcoin had pulled all the way back up from $6,100 to about the $7,300 level, virtually having an absolute recovery. And from the bottom to the top, you could see where we had this wick all the way down here to the blow off top over here. We had Bitcoin pump about 125%, where Bitcoin had that $14,000 level. So basically, what am I saying? Well, this is just another day in Bitcoin. And if you are new, This could feel a little bit crazy. It could seem like it's a little bit wild. Well, Bitcoin is an extremely volatile asset, right? Now, let's be honest. If you were able to get a trade in there, that was amazing. I did not get a trade. I was asleep last night. I wish I was able to get in on that, but it's okay. I'm sure there'll be more opportunities like that in the future. So having a look basically at what we had right here, we've already had the wick get bought back up. Now, if this was, the end, the top, the blow off, I would have expected it to be a lot more detrimental than what we have seen today, but currently we are seeing it get bought back. So if I actually pull down the chart a little so I can get some higher levels here, if we actually looked for a 125% move, similar to what we had last time, that would put Bitcoin all the way up at about $23,600. So that's a possibility, not saying that, what happened in the past will happen again. Now, currently short term, we are having some slight resistance as I'm making this video. You can see the previous support right here. You can see, right, we bounced off it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Then we had the blast off. And look, we came down here, we tested it one time, couldn't hold, had the breakdown, came back up, but now look, now we're having it act as resistance. So this previous level of resistance acted as the resistance, and this previous level of support is now acting as the resistance. So I would keep my eyes on that for Bitcoin, but like Cantor and Clark says, and this guy is one of my favorite guys to follow on Twitter, he says this is how another round of FOMO is created. There is a saying that before a market can move up, it needs to sell off. New traders never get this. You need people assuming a trend change and betting on it heavily. Continuation will likely be so blasé, like it never even happened. Exactly like I showed you guys back here in this chart where, now when we look at this little wick right here, it almost doesn't even matter in the grand scheme of things, right? So one thing I do want to mention though is we were due for a bit of a correction. We had fear and greed in extreme greed territory, right? All the way up to 80. And look at this. Last month we were in the fear of 41. We went from 41 to 80 in just a month. And like our good old buddy Warren Buffett says, be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. And we were definitely getting greedy, and you could see there were a lot of liquidated longs at that level, right? And, Crypto Bull points out, friendly reminder, this is your plan, this is your reality, okay? We're not going to go up in just a straight line. There's going to be bumps along the road. You're going to have shakeouts and fakeouts and 20% and 30% and even 40% dumps, right? Even on Bitcoin's biggest bull run in history, we saw multiple double-digit crashes on the road to 20K. Now, a very interesting thing I want to point out is on the weekly chart, we find ourselves back again at the resistance that's been holding us down. This level has been playing out multiple times right here, back in May of 2019, again in October of 2019, and then again in February in the beginning of this month. And currently, we are held at that level again. So I am keeping my eyes on this particular resistance on the weekly. However, keep in mind, I do believe the monthly was more important. The monthly closed bullish. That means I remain bullish. And also, let's be real. Have a look at this chart. Does this chart look like Bitcoin is getting ready to dump? I mean, look at this nice, beautiful curve that we've put in right here. This to me is definitely signaling that reversal on the macro. In fact, if you come back here and just have a look, I mean, essentially Bitcoin did that pretty much from January of 2014 until the bottom of August of 2015, where we put in this nice reversal and we started moving upwards. And, if we have a look at like what we're doing right now, even if you take out this crazy bottom, you could see that ultimately that is the pattern that we're putting in. We are on our road to recovery, and also having a look at the stock to flow model, we're basically exactly where we should be. So we're not too high, we're not too low, we're basically right where we're supposed to be. So I do consider what happened to be a bit of a healthy retracement. I did want to keep today's video a little bit short. Like I said, I didn't even plan on making a video, but one thing you got to actually take as a pretty bullish sign is, and this came out from Didi over on Twitter, he posted this yesterday, and he basically said if you bought Bitcoin at any point other than the red area, you are in profit. Those in profit must have been lucky. CryptoZombie, ha ha ha. But basically what he's saying is anywhere down here, had you bought Bitcoin, you would have been in profit. So what does this tell me? Number one, this tells me that Bitcoin is a phenomenal asset, and I would definitely, not financial advice, consider yourself getting exposed if you're not already. And number two, that means that all of these people that bought basically any time in Bitcoin's existence, unless you bought just recently or, during the all-time high FOMO, essentially, you are in profit. So that means there are a lot of people right now holding Bitcoin that are in profit that could sell at any moment. But we're not seeing a massive crash. We're only seeing this little bit of a dip. So if people were truly, losing faith in Bitcoin or wanting to get out of this, there would have been a lot more selling than we had seen, and we really didn't see it, right? Now, I do want to talk about Ethereum having a much better recovery. You can see Ethereum previously hit its resistance as support and has had a beautiful bounce back. So Ethereum definitely leading the way, doing much better, in my opinion, than Bitcoin's recovery, although Bitcoin did have a nice recovery as well. And there was this article that came out. I just wanted to point out, Bitcoin price touched $100,000 on Binance quarterly futures for September. You can see that this was the tweet over there from CZ on Binance. So guys, we made it. Bitcoin hit $100,000. That's it. Wrap it up. I'm shutting down the YouTube channel. We can all go home, guys. We made it to the moon. Okay, well, not really. This was obviously a ballistic algorithm that clearly bought Bitcoin up to $100,000. This doesn't really mean anything in the grand scheme of things, but these things happen in the wild world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So if you are looking to trade these wild and crazy price movements, my goodness, if you were able to get a long down here, or if you were smart enough to short, you could have gotten a tremendous gain. Now, I didn't have any trades in overnight. I wasn't expecting a move this volatile this soon, but I did get a small long in. Actually, on Ethereum, I was able to get a nice little scalp long in, and I closed it right before I went out last night. I actually went out to dinner with my family, so that was pretty cool. Glad I closed that, or else that would have been crazy. But if you are looking to do this, you can do it over on Bybit or Femex or Prime XBT. These are all different exchanges that you can use, not recommended for beginners. I do have links below in the description as well as tutorials. You can check them out in my recommended videos, so check that out below. But that is it for me today, guys. Super quick video. Just wanted to get to the point, talk about the price action, my opinion on it, what I thought about it. And I also wanted to show you how we had a very similar situation like that happen back in May of last year. That got bought up super quick. And also, yes, there is still a potential chance of an all-time high Bitcoin this year. Could it be this month? Anything is possible, guys. Who would have ever even thought a month ago that Bitcoin would be at a $12,000 level, right? So these markets move very fast, very irrationally, and time in the markets is better than trying to time the market, right? The longer you're in it, the better. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. I want to do a quick update. Thank you to all my subscribers. I love you guys. You're awesome. You rock. You're really the reason that I do this every single day, or else I would literally just be talking to this camera by myself. So thank you again for watching. You guys are awesome. Get subscribed if you haven't. Turn on the bell notifications. Don't forget to check out my backup channel. If you go here to channels and you click it, you see right here, I have CryptoZombie Undead, and you can join that. And that is just in case some craziness happens to this channel. And hopefully that doesn't happen though. So thanks again. You guys rock. My name's K-Dub. This is CryptoZombie. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.